Time now for your forewarned weather with Cedric Haynes.
All right, folks, it was another wet one out there across southern Utah yesterday. Take a look at this time lapse. This is from Bryce Canyon. You can see the dark clouds, periods of rain making their way through, and some wet roads. And we're likely to see more of this activity continuing as we go throughout today. In fact, there's already some rainfall out there this morning across parts of southern Utah. Let's talk about it. The unsettled weather pattern, yes, it is expected to continue not only for today, but even into our Friday afternoon across central and southern portions of the state. Meanwhile, if you're in northern Utah, we've just had some great weather this week, and I expect that trend to continue for us here with lots of sunshine. But again, the farther south you go, more clouds, and eventually higher rain chances will likely develop out there. We're also watching out still for that chance of flash flooding across southern Utah as we see these thunderstorms that continue to pop up and develop. In fact, as we take a look at your excessive rainfall threat for today, or basically your flash flooding potential today, you can see we've got a level 1 out of 4 across central and southern sections of the state today. Now, if you're in this shade of green, basically that means this is the area where we're expecting the majority of the pop-up thunderstorms to develop as we go throughout the afternoon with the daytime heating. And there's nothing really to steer these storms along. So they're slow-moving storms that kind of train over some of the same areas, and that's where you can lead to some of that elevated flash flooding concerns across this region. So this is the area we're going to be watching for again as we go throughout later today for the potential of that. So if you've got plans heading to some of the dry washes, some of the slot canyons, this is where you need to kind of really focus in and know what's happening on radar around you. This morning, we're starting off with some rain that's coming down in parts of the area from Panguitch over towards Escalante, stretching back down towards Kanab. We've had some light rain showers here making their way through Cedar City and Enterprise, now making its way into Washington County now, seeing some of that rainfall coming down. So some pockets of light to moderate rain. Some areas here in Kane County, though, yeah, you picked up anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of rainfall over the past 24 hours. So you get the idea. Some of these storms can drop a lot of rain in a short period of time, and on dry grounds, yeah, that's what leads to that flash flood threat. All of this associated with this low pressure system spinning to our south. Again, northern Utah dealing with clear skies to kick off the day, and overall, we're expecting more sunshine to develop there. So futurecast showing us here as we go throughout this afternoon. Notice some of these isolated downpours. While we could see an isolated shower storm anywhere near I-80 and points south today, the greatest coverage and concern, no doubt, will again be along and south of I-70, where we'll see pockets of some pretty heavy rainfall coming down and that threat of flash flooding. We lose the daytime heating as we go into tonight, so the rain fizzles out. But look at this, going into your Friday, I think a little better chance of some isolated downpours as far north as the I-80 corridor, and then again stretching back down across central and southern sections of the state with those scattered showers and storms continuing out there for us Friday afternoon. And then as we get into your Saturday, we start to dry things out as high pressure builds in overhead. So temperatures this morning starting off in the 40s and 50s. We'll end up in the 70s and low 80s for most of us. Upper 80s as you get down towards southwest Utah with that better chance of showers and storms. But once we dry things out Friday and that high pressure builds in, it gets hot and it gets drier, and that's going to mean a warming trend by the end of the weekend heading into next week. St. George, upper 80s turn into 90s. That will turn into the triple digits. Get ready for the heat. Yeah, you're going to need that sunscreen and the hydration heading into next week with those triple digits. The Wasatch Front, low 80s turn into 90s as we head into next week. Again, we dry things out for the weekend with that sunshine, so some great weather to be outside.